Wednesday, March 14th. This is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech, and I got a video for you guys today. Going to cover tons of material, a little bit of market information, some news from carriers. We've got some hardware news, some app updates. I think I also have some news coming from Apple, Samsung. There's quite a bit, so let's go ahead and just get right into things. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with the YouTube app. So as of right now, I know this is available for iOS. I know it's available for desktops as well, but you can actually now utilize a dark theme for YouTube. So, if you're the type of person that watches at night or you just prefer a dark theme, you can actually change the settings. So currently you can go to the settings, select dark theme, and then it looks like iOS already has it. It hasn't yet arrived for Android. I think it has arrived if you have a rooted Android. But let me know if that's working for you. If your phone is rooted, it's probably working. Without a root, I don't think it's available yet for Android, so I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel. It is a pretty cool feature, so let me know if you're seeing that, whether it's iOS or Android. Also from YouTube, their YouTube TV platform, the price has increased from 35 to 40 bucks. The nice thing about it is they have added more channels to the lineup, so the extra channels should compensate for the added price increase. But for those of you that have the YouTube TV at the $35 price, you're kind of grandfathered in, so don't expect to see a price increase. Yours should be set in stone, and you should be good to go. Let me go ahead and shift over to some politics news. Now, I don't know how far back you guys have been tuning into the channel. Maybe you remember the video where I talked about the Chinese OEMs and kind of the uphill battle that they're facing with American politics. So pretty much what this boils down to is Donald Trump, starting last week, has some new tariffs for different types of products. Importing steel and aluminum coming from China. We know that they're going to have some added fees, for importing. We're also going to be seeing this with Chinese smartphone makers. So, he's going to be probably, putting together some legislation that's going to impose tariffs and import fees on devices made by companies like Huawei, OnePlus, Xiaomi, and probably like ZT and other Chinese companies. So, any tech that's coming out of China is going to be, subject to these new fees. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. Samsung news. For those of you that follow Samsung, have their devices, and have always wondered where is your device support, the company Ubreak iFix is going to be working with Samsung to serve as their official repair centers. So it looks like Samsung wants to add about 300 repair centers. No appointment needed. You just drop it off, and they say that the repairs are done within 2 hours. So Samsung is saying that you can expect within the next year and a half at least 200 repair centers added to national coverage. So for anybody that is into, Samsung devices, whether you have an S7, S8, or you're getting the S9 or have it, you know that these devices have very difficult repairability. A lot of people say that, it's very, very hard to replace the screens, especially. So Samsung's switching their focus from, just this hardware sales into also focusing on customer care. This has kind of always been Apple's approach with the, complete customer care that they offer at their stores. So this does offer something for Samsung customers in the realm of repairs and fixing damages to their phones. Let's switch over to T-Mobile. Anybody that's in the North Texas area, there is a TV station that is transitioning away from the current 600 megahertz band that has been used for TV in that area. And I think the FCC was originally set a cutoff date, a deadline of June 21st for them to completely disarm their use of this particular band. T-Mobile wants to expedite the process, so they have moved forward to try to help the TV station transition. So they're setting a timeline of, I think it's like the second or third week of May, to where the 600 megahertz band that was being used by the TV station will be available for T-Mobile to use. So the current markets that I know of that will be affected by this would be like Waco, Wichita Falls, Tyler, and I guess also parts of South Oklahoma. So anybody that's in these regions, go ahead and chime in here. Let me know if you've seen anything going on or you've heard of anything. This was the only news I have of it, but in the future, if anybody's in these areas, let us know if you see any improvements to the network in terms of performance, building penetration, signal strength, things of that nature. Keep us posted here on the channel. That'd be great. Let me know in the comment section below what's going on there. I'm going to shift over a little bit. what I want to do is include a little bit of news coming from Motorola and Lenovo. So they're going to have a lot of layoffs. They're expecting 50% of the workforce in Chicago. Those employees are expected to be laid off. So we're also hearing that the Moto X5 has been canceled. They're expecting a couple hundred people to be laid off in Chicago. There's probably some more moves coming. Motorola is just not doing very well currently. They really are probably going to have to switch their game plan moving forward. Focus on the premium devices, the Moto Z lineup. Step away from all those, the mods that they've been focusing on that haven't been selling well. Try to do something with VR. Maybe develop some mods that are more streamlined. You kind of have like a focus or a core group of consumers that want to buy these things. So minimize all of the huge range of the mods and just focus on a couple important ones. It's been a poor adoption for those mods. The Moto E will continue to be supported and develop. The Moto G line, very successful, and then the Moto Z will be the focus. So it's a tough market out here with hardware. Samsung and Apple really dominate. LG is struggling. We know Motorola is struggling. All the other manufacturers are just kind of, fighting for scraps. Keep you posted here if any more of the news comes from Motorola and Lenovo. I'm going to switch over to Apple. It looks like the Lightning connector cable is going to be phased out. There's a new charging protocol and technology that has been developed by Apple. Keep in mind that they've been using the same, technology for their charging in their devices since 2012. I think it was like, I don't know, man. It was the iPhone 5 maybe that kind of started it, and then of course the iPads of that year as well. So from the iPhone 5, 5S, 5C, the 6, the 6S, the 7, the 8, and now the 10, they've all used the same charging protocol. Now we've got this new pen application that has been cited. It's, I guess, supposed to help with water resistance. So structurally, the shape is going to change. It's supposed to be like this wedge-shaped design connector. It's going to create some sort of like a vacuum seal. I have seen the drawups for it, the blueprints. The concern is, what happens when people trip over these cables. It's definitely not like breakaway like we see with other cables. So this rip away feature was kind of nice. That's probably going to be a struggle with this. I wonder how that's going to be. My question is, why did they go so hard with the wireless charging efforts? Putting wireless charging on the iPhone 10, and stuff like that. And then now they're kind of going to a new charging protocol. I mean, this was the same problem we saw with the headphone jack. Also expect from Apple, and I'm hearing it's coming this month or next month, very early, the AirPower charging mat is supposed to be on its way. I'll keep you posted here on the channel if the AirPower charging mat does get released. I'm sure you guys will hear about it, so I'll keep you posted here. A little bit more news from Apple. 2018 is slated to have 3 Apple devices. They could all look potentially like the iPhone 10, the same model that we saw at the end of 2017. I believe one of the devices is supposed to have a 6.5-inch screen, a smaller device, which should be dubbed like the SE2. All of them are supposed to have OLED panels, edge-to-edge displays. Apparently, they're doing away with notches, minimizing bezels. There is supposed to be an entry-level device, maybe around $500 or $600. I don't know how you call a $600 phone entry-level, but a $500 iPhone would be considered entry-level for sure. So any thoughts or predictions on any of these devices Apple's going to make? I'd love to hear what your takes and opinions are on that. That's it for this video, though, guys. I do have more I want to talk about. I think I'll do it in a later video. It's going to center around Sprint and some of their new unlimited plans that they're going to be testing in different regions. So expect that up and coming. I'll see if I can get that posted tomorrow. So stay tuned. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Ding the bell to get notifications when I upload content. Thanks again for watching, guys. Always appreciated. Steve from Steve Mobile Tech, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.